Hello, 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 internet land. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another Tavern talk and another installment of Working Men Walk into a Bar. Mikey and I have done this a couple of times on this platform, at least two
Hi.
times now. And now we've introduced a third working man to the bar. Say hello, Mando.
Hello, folks. Somebody else got to work around here besides these two.
Somebody's got to pay this goddamn bill. But yeah,
Seriously.
But for those that don't know, a few years ago, Mikey and I, we started this series, if you will, of just work stories, stuff that we've seen at the job, goofy things, serious things, off things, things that you never thought you would expect to see in any sort of working place. And I'm so excited for this one because now we have a third person that can chime in. Plus, it's been some time. Mikey's accrued some more stories. I've accrued some more stories. And we're here to share them with you guys. Now, so first off, I want to get this one out of the way. You, Mando. You also were a fellow security guard. Actually, first off, tell some of the people some of the jobs that you have had. Like, what got you to where you currently are?
Well, currently I work with the dogs. I love working with dogs now, but I used to be a bouncer at.
That's what I did.
You don't need to
I
tell
don't
them.
know. Yeah, I don't know, but in the town I bounced in, I pretty much either on payroll or off payroll worked at every bar in that town at some point or another.
You really did. Can verify. I got into a lot of places for free.
Yeah, and just get free liquor almost anywhere I went for quite some time. I've luckily calmed down on my drinking habits. I'm a good boy now for the most part. As I drink this Smirnoff Ice, but
What a pussy.
It's a Smirnoff. It's like Sprite.
it's fun. It's tasty. I don't need to get smashed right now.
God, that already
Right.
reminds me of a fucking story when you say Smirnoff iced.
But yeah, about just under 10 years of security / bouncing experience under my belt.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, so welcome to the panel. Real quick, I
said thank you.
and then also at the table as usual is Mikey. Say hi.
I'm sorry, you caught me when I was coughing. Come back. Come back later.
He says hello.
Cut that out,
I'm
Jimmy,
still
cut that out.
sick, guys. I'm doing what I can. It's good
Yeah.
to be here,
Oh,
though.
Yeah, it's been going around. Put the fucking dummy down. They'll get their ad read later. But no, so Mikey's back again. We've accrued more stories, and I cannot wait to hear this. I'm just gonna cut in now, real quick though, because you said Smirnoff Ice, and holy crap, do y'all remember the fucking? I swear to God, we've been here for a minute and a half. He's already trashing my fucking bar. Asshole. But, y'all remember that fucking what was it called? Getting iced? Where like you hide a Smirnoff Ice somewhere and if somebody finds it, they have to chug it?
Oh my god, I haven't heard that phrase in a decade.
Dog. I still remember my first time seeing somebody like get iced. It was at a bar. Normally with this whole get iced challenge, you're supposed to hide a Smirnoff Ice somewhere and then it's supposed to be stumbled upon, right? The valve's wide open, folks. Straight out the cut.
Yeah.
Although this one breaks physics, we gotta get rid of it. The sponsor's so powerful, I can't.
Get it out of the camera for the love of God.
I think we got it, right? It's gone.
Nope.
Damn it.
Well, so back on track. I still remember with the whole getting iced thing. You have to be creative. You had to hide a Smirnoff Ice somewhere. Like I've seen people put a Smirnoff Ice inside the back of a toilet, like the back hatch of a toilet, and then turn off the water valve so they have to check the back of it. Something creative like that. My first time seeing somebody get iced was at a bar. It was this. For those that know, it's this rowing regatta between two rivaled big-time colleges. They were drinking there. And by rivaled big-time colleges, everybody was wearing button-down shirts and white pants. Those type of people. You know what type of people I'm talking about. But,
Motherfucker's name Travis.
And Gaston.
Too real?
No, but so these guys go to the bar, they buy a Smirnoff Ice, and then they just hand another guy the Smirnoff Ice and go, "Oh, get iced. Chug it, you pussy. I'm sitting here like, my word. Who are these people? Who are these hooligans, these vagrants, these vagabonds, too? He has to chug a Smirnoff Ice? That thing is barely more alcoholic than Kool-Aid.
It's basically kombucha, if we're being totally honest. If you hand me a Smirnoff Ice and call me a pussy, I'm breaking it over your head. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You eat it back at your mouth.
Like, if you hand me a Smirnoff Ice and call me a pussy, I'm drinking it first, but then I'm going to stick that bottle somewhere, and you're not going to like the result.
It's going to be way up there, folks.
Have you guys seen anything like that? Like the fucking iced challenges? Because you said it's been a while since you heard that.
Dog, I haven't heard that in at least 10 years. I really mean that. Like, no, that was a thing for a couple months around here, and then it died off.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing any of that in my bar experiences.
It was so fucking dumb. I don't get, like, the challenge is to drink an alcoholic beverage, and then of all alcoholic beverages, it's Smirnoff. I'm not like if you drink Smirnoff Ice like that's your go-to. Do you, boo boo? But holy hell, these guys were making it seem like they were having him chug a shoey of Mad Dog 2020. That was their enthusiasm to him chugging a Smirnoff Ice. And you guys know what a shoey is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I hang out with some Aussie friends. They into some wild shit, bro.
Well, the Australians? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else?
Australians, all right for foreign people to come to bars. Just gonna say that. Like, working at a bar, you get a lot of foreigners coming in, and Australian people are actually pretty cool. And they tip well, surprisingly. A lot of foreigners do not tip well. Just saying. It's an American kind of thing only to tip. Like, that
Yeah,
really
we made the culture.
Yeah,
Tip
like
culture is an American thing. Like, a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, like nowhere else in the world really does that. And if you do it, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because you're being paid already.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I heard something like in Japan, if you try to tip a server extra, they actually get offended. Like, I'm already
Yeah,
getting
because you're like telling them you need the extra money. You're not doing a good job.
You're calling me poor. Take this back.
I don't need your money.
Which here, I feel like that's the tip when you have like 37 cents and you don't want to carry it around, and then you just give it back. That's what I feel like is our equivalent.
Dog, I've seen that so many fucking times.
Change.
I still remember when I was working at a grocery store. I was like 16, and I was a courtesy clerk.
God.
I was a bagger, and one of the services for the courtesy clerks was to ask a customer if they need help out with their groceries. And this you fucking piece of shit. This one lady, she asked for help out. She gets her change, which was like fucking 17 cents. And I walk her to her car, put her groceries in the car, and then she just hands me the 17 cents.
She tipped you 17 loose cents.
Wow. Like, at that point, you just throw it back, get pelted.
She doesn't remember the Great Depression. She was the Great Depression.
Dog, I was like, I find more change lost in my couch. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for like you thought of like going above and beyond and giving me a tip, but I'm looking at this dime, nickel, and 2 pennies, and I'm like, this fucking whore thinks so low of me.
I'm telling you, that was that tip where she just didn't want to carry it. That's all that was right there. She just didn't want to carry that motherfucker around.
This bougie bitch, she's like, I only believe in plastic. But no, so let's...
Bet you do ride the plastic.
Your tits are plastic. Sorry.
I didn't say that. Didn't say that at all.
No, I did. 100%. That was me. Hi. But no, so Mikey, this was your idea. You said you had some stories that you want to share. So why don't you kick us off in the stories of the workforce? How have things been?
I'm so glad you started with a grocery store story because, as the audience may or may not know, some new people might not know, I've been a mechanic my entire life, and it's not like a physically easy job. Your body gets beat up. You can rack up a lot of injuries. It can be pretty straining on certain like parts of your body, like your back, your neck, and your shoulders. So When I met a man who had been a career grocery bagger until he wanted to do something else for a little while before he retired. He moved over to where I am, tried to make a little bit better retirement. And when he said, "Oh yeah, I gotta take it easy today, guys. My grocery bag is acting up," I spit my drink on my table.
His what?
Forgot grocery bag. So as a bagger, I've been meaning to ask, do you know what grocery bag is?
It sounds like he's lifting with his back and not with his knees.
He said I'm quoting this directly. He said a grocery bag is an injury that occurs to a lot of people who work in bagging at grocery and convenience stores. They, due to heavy lifting and a unique arch angle of their back, develop lower back injuries that are severe and permanent.
You know what? You can find anything on WebMD nowadays. Like anything. So this very well could be something real, but I doubt
grocery back.
So, in a shop full of guys and like two just tough as nails ladies who just don't give a fuck, all you hear from across the building is, "Did you say grocery veg?" And we all fell out laughing.
Did you say grocery veg?
His grocery veg is hurting.
Oh, dude, because like I have from being a mechanic permanent damage across my nose because an old 1937 John Deere split it wide open. I'm missing pieces of cartilage up there. Put it back together. It's okay now. I've got a torn disc. I've got damage to my left ankle, and I think that's it for me. And keep in mind, I'm only 31. I know people who have reconstructed hands, reconstructed tendons, spines that have been fused, necks that have been realigned and like have to monthly be realigned because they've taken so much abuse over the years. Oh yeah, I don't know him personally, but I worked in proximity to a Toyota technician that is now missing a hand because the high voltage hybrid burned it off,
Good.
Bone and all, ashed it. So when a guy comes in and says my grocery bag is acting up, I can't help today, it takes everything I have not to send him into space with the Mario uppercut. You know that one where all the coins fly out like it's a Sonic the Hedgehog game?
So you want to knock the Sonic rings out of him.
I do. I'm so angry that just thinking about this pisses me off so much.
Like don't get me wrong, especially when it comes to the workplace where you have to do anything strenuous, even something simple as like lifting up heavy things. You always have to do like do your due diligence, know when it's know how to lift properly, and if it's still too heavy, do a buddy lift. It's not gonna dampen your image if you need help picking something up. Trust me, it's not. This is coming from somebody who loves picking up heavy shit, but even I know my limits. So just word of advice, know what you're doing, even if it's something simple as learning how to lift properly. Nobody needs to get injured here or have a grocery back.
Grocery back, dude. It still bothers me. I googled it. I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah,
so maybe
it's made the fuck up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's an in culture thing that I'm just not privy to because I've never worked at a grocery store. I don't know. I can't prove that it's not. But what I can prove is that man raises my blood pressure to an exponentially high level.
My grocery bag. Dude, that's... my blood's boiling because I worked in a grocery store. I worked in two. I worked at a local food store, then I worked at a fucking Super Target. The fun part with the Super Target is the store wasn't even open. We were putting the store together. I was going to be a cashier, and we're in there before the bitch is even open, putting the shelves on and stocking them for hours a fucking day. I didn't suffer from grocery back. I suffered from, I have bills to pay. I want to keep this cell phone on that my mom is no longer paying for. Time to sack the fuck up.
I got shit to take care of.
Like the minute I turned 16, my mother, I love my mother to pieces. she's a single mom that raised two rowdy boys, so good on her. But the minute I turned 16, my mom was just like, all right, you finna start chipping in around here. Go and get you with a pretty little job. But mom, what do I need a job for? You like that cell phone, right? That pink Razor flip phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the pink part, but yeah. Well, now I love the pink part. Well, you want to keep that on? You're going to need a job. Oh, shit. I actually have a good question.
I think that's good, though. What's your question?
This ties in perfectly. Speaking of like first jobs, I know we talked about your first job. I want to talk about your first job, but before we go there, I want to know, how was your guys' interview process for your guys' jobs? Like, what did you get a proper like one-on-one sit-down interview?
For most of my jobs, yes, but my most recent one was scary as fuck. It's a 3-stage process where you sit on a 5-person firing line. They all ask you one question each, 4 people, while a 5th one hangs in the corner reviewing notes of the people interviewing you. And that goes into a compilation of questions that are on your final interview. That one was terrifying.
Yeah, I can just like... The elimination round might be now.
It felt like I was on like America's Got Talent or something. Like I was waiting for that bang and just walk out.
You're not
Slime time live, and you just hope you don't get slimed. So then, Mando, what was your first job growing up? How old were you? What did you do?
I don't remember. Flat out. Yeah, no fucking clue. My memory goes back as far as that I was bending industrial pipes at 4 a.m. at one point. But
I remember those days.
Yeah. And then I got into bouncing immediately after that.
Okay, so what was your first job that you can, recall?
I mean, the pipe, that was through a temp agency, though.
That's still a job.
Still counts. You got to pay.
Here we go. Actually, here I would say is my first. For the first bar I worked at, I didn't have what you would call a conventional interview. Me, our good friend Mikey here, and a handful of other dipshits amongst our group of friends at the time decided to go to said bar that I would soon work at.
Oh, I remember this story.
Yep, here we go. One of the other cast members of NoSkill that is not here was our DD for the night. And he also decided to purchase... At the time, the bar had a special. If you were in before 10:30, it was $5 AMFs.
Fuck right off.
Yeah, no, we got trashed in that place more than once.
So, we go through 2 rounds of AMFs before 10:30. And mind you, that our DD is buying all of this for us. So then third round comes around. Apparently he got this round for free from some other dude at the bar that had showed up. And he's like, I'll pay for his round for no reason at all, but okay. Shows up with another round of the AMFs. Mikey taps out at that point, I believe. And another one of our friends tap out at that point, I believe. Now I'm on the dance floor with a really hot chick double fisting AMFs.
Doing a shepherd shuffle?
No. Letting her grind her fat ass on me. Anyways. I'm now before 10:30, about 4 AMFs deep at that point. I slow down. 30 minutes later, the liquor catches up to me. Oh, yes. And my ass at that point, I walk out the front doors and just kind of slam on their little front desk they have out there for the security line. And I'm just like looking around all drunk-eyed as fuck. We all know what that look is like.
Oh, yeah.
The one eye that's like trying to close, but you won't let it close all the way. And you got one eye just fully open looking at everybody all weird. So I go out there, this dumbass look on my face, slam on their table. And I look at everybody. And I was like, hey, You hiring for this security guard? I could do this bouncing shit. Dude, who I will call the interviewer, he's like, all right, takes my hat off my head, throws it on the ground. He's like, get down, give me 50 push-ups, you can have a job. I was like, I'm hammered. That's not fair. He's like, fair enough, 25. It's like, all right, I'll do that.
Like,
I get down.
50, but I give you half.
I was fucking gone. I get down. I think our DD came out at this point. And was talking shit with the other security guards as I'm doing this. They start counting for me. Get to 20. They try to fuck me up and restart the count. I'm not that drunk, motherfuckers. Finish my 25 and get up. And I look at it, the interviewer. I was like, so? He's like, all right, come back tomorrow. We'll talk to you about having a job. I was like, cool. I walk 2 feet behind him and throw up all over his tree.
And before anybody in the comments is like, yeah, and then everybody clap, blah blah blah. No, this
Nobody
is not a
clapped.
Reddit story. This
Nobody-
fucking happened.
Nobody fucking clapped. Everybody
No.
laughed at me. But I did throw up again on the way home. But I did show up the next day and I did get that job. That's how that was my intro into the bar industry.
Dude, see, when I got hired at the fucking titty bar, I technically didn't even apply. They didn't have a bouncer present, which, just a heads up, if it's a gentleman's club, strip club, titty bar, topless bar, whatever you call it,
We're
wherever
supposed
you
to have
live,
like 10 big ass dudes just working there on principle.
yeah,
Right.
there was none. Apparently, when my friends and I rocked up there, this was like maybe our second time at this place. And by second time, I stayed outside getting a tattoo done next door. So I haven't even been in here yet. It's now technically my very first time coming into the building, and I don't see security. DJ has very good sense of something doesn't seem right. It smells like sulfur. Something bad's about to happen. Lo
The
and
devils
behold,
are about to show up.
lo and behold, a bunch of shit kicks off. So my friends and I, we're just sitting there, like, at the bar. There's literally, like, a 5-man brawl happening across the bar, directly in front of us. We're watching rugby on the TV, and we're just like, damn, that's crazy. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Somebody ought to do something about that. God damn. Then randomly, the bouncer, he's a wonderful dude. He just casually comes up to me, and he goes, excuse me. This is going to sound crazy. Would you mind stopping that? And I'm like, hey, I don't work here. And he goes, I know you don't work here. I just need you to pretend to work here. I'm like, I don't look like I work here. He throws a shirt with the bar's name on the front. And he goes, just put that on and stop it, please, for love of God. I'm like, I mean, okay. Why not?
All right.
So for context, for those that still don't know, this isn't what I actually look like. I'm 6'6", 255 pounds. Okay? And I got muscles and big shoulders. I'm fun to look at. Well, fun looking. Funny looking.
Yeah. Hold up.
What?
Continue.
I'm funny looking. Trust me. But
You look like a He-Man villain.
basically, dude.
Man.
But so I go up to these dudes who are just like wanting to slug it out. I'm casually trying to just do the whole, excuse me, sir, hello. Why is nobody listening to me? That's it. I just pick one guy up and I toss him outside the door. The other 4 look at what just happened. I'm like, who wants to go with him that way? They all just ran out. I go back and sit at the bar. And the bartender comes up to me, hands me a beer, and he goes, that was amazing. I'm like, well, I thank you, I think. You like that shirt? Yeah. You want to keep it? Yeah. I'll see you here tomorrow at 8. Did I just get a job? Do I work here now?
Yo, do we got dental?
Y'all gonna cover me in case I hurt somebody, right? That's all I need to know.
The titty bar has dental benefits.
You never know these days, man. Places be surprising.
No,
That's true.
this bar did not.
Ah,
Like, not to like throw shade or absolutely throw shade, because I've talked about this place a lot on this channel. some of the jawlines that worked in this place could grind diamonds into dust. Like they had like hacksaw chisels for teeth. And this is coming from a guy who has a gap in his teeth. So I can say it. I can make fun of it. What?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, I thought you sighed.
Well, that was me
No.
taking a sip from my Trusty Vault 13 canteen.
Oh, now that you said it.
Was everybody drinking right now on the job?
Yes.
Water.
Fair enough. Oh, okay, never mind. I was about to reach for seltzer.
No, dog.
That's just sparkling water.
It only got me there. Sparkling alcohol.
It counts.
What?
They're 8% per can. I think I told you about them. Yeah, we're getting
Yeah, we were talking about that. Anyways,
But no, so I would like to know, what are some of the things that you've seen when you worked at a bar, sir? Because now I'm intrigued. As somebody that's worked at a bar and seen some shit, both figuratively and literally, what's some of the like stuff that you've seen at the place that you got paid to frequent?
All right. Third day of bouncing ever. I'm still on my training shifts. One of the spots we'd have a security guard stand at this club I worked at would be up right on behind the DJ booth if it was too packed and too busy. I got the unfortunate duty of standing up there on this night, and as I'm looking at the dance floor. Everything's cool. Pan my view to the bar. Everything's cool. By the time I pan back to the dance floor, there is a fucking wrecking ball of fucking 20 people fighting. Just instantly.
Damn.
So I'm like, what the hell? Call the code, flashlight everybody in. We start throwing hella heads out. Come to find out, this started because some dude was trying to dance with the wife of a guy in the military.
off to a great start.
Right? So, backstory continues. They start getting into it, right? Obviously, dude's like, that's my wife, whoop whoop wop. Big tough guy's like, I'm not gonna back off. His homies start to chime in. Military's homies start to chime in. Dude throws a punch at military guy. Military guy with his superb training dodges, of course. But standing right behind him is his wife. And she catches that entire fist to the face and knocks her out cold. So, which starts the fight. Which I find out after we throw everybody out. I go back in. I'm like, I find her. She's still knocked out on the ground. I'm like holding her, like trying to help keep her elevated just slightly. She starts to come to, wakes up, stands up on her own, looks dizzy, comes to, pushes everybody away from me. She's like, everybody get the fuck away from me! Runs out the door to jump on the dude. Tries to fight the guy that punched her.
That's what's up.
Which went through the security gates at that point, which he deserved that. He landed his whole ass back on that metal ass gate, and he deserved it. But yeah, that was my third day of work, and that was crazy, because it was a full-on, like, wrecking ball of a fight that just broke out instantly.
Considering where you work, I believe it, though. That place was fucking gross.
It was kind of ghetto, honestly.
It was.
Like, that was the only ghetto thing about that town.
No, 120 by 20 fucking storefront, man.
So for anybody who's listening, and if they know, Mikey and I live in the California area. We'll just say that. And the place I worked at wasn't in the Bay Area, but unfortunately for us, a lot of the Bay Area stooges like to come to our bar because it was in a college town. So we'd get I don't care. We get a hella heads from Fresno. We'd get hella heads from Vallejo and all the little ghetto area. Fuck, we used to get people from Oakland for no reason. Like, what the fuck?
Because they got kicked out of everywhere in Oakland, bro. The
Yeah,
car scene's the same way.
So literally all the fucking people that got kicked out of every other bar in the Bay Area or in their town would come to our fucking bar and would try to cause problems there. We had a fucking group of people from the Fresnasty area that would roll in 20 to 30 deep. And every time they fucking showed up, some bullshit would always happen involving them. But the owner's like, no, they spend a lot of money, so we're going to let them come in still.
Then you got to pay to fix shit when they break it every time they come back.
Like, what the... Like, now we got to throw 30 plus people out because they all started a fucking fight. Now we're an empty bar.
Oh, I fucking hate that so freaking much. Like, actually, you know what? Before I continue my bullshit, we're gonna cut this at the halfway mark, and y'all are about to hear from our partner, Dubby. Take it away. Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they're still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Water Melanda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. And we are back at the tavern, back with the talks, back with more stories from the job. So now, last we left off, you were talking about riffraff from certain places driving out business, and then you said during the break you had another story, a fun special story. So hit us with it.
I don't know if it's fun or it's unique to. I think it's kind of cool personally, but if we want to, I talked a lot just now, so if we want to come back to me later, let you guys go on some more tangents, then we can come back around.
It is up to you, Big Green.
Go for it. We haven't had you on yet. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, what?
Our buddy Yates just posted Power Man's coming to town soon.
Okay, sorry for that brief
Yeah.
spaz attack. Anyways, back to the top. Hold up. Now I need that ticket.
I didn't mean to do that to you.
I'll come back. Okay. So in the town, at all the bars I used to work at, actually I think it's the state of California, has a ordinance. Nope. Yeah, so the state of California does not allow you to purchase alcohol or be consuming alcohol or be in any place that sells or lets you consume alcohol after the time of 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. That is a statewide thing. Now, the town I worked in decided also they have their own special ordinance that they don't allow any places that serve alcohol to let anybody in after 1 a.m. Just as a back history, that rule literally came around because the bar I worked at, and this happened before I worked there, had somebody get stabbed and killed at that bar. And I started 2 months after that happened. Anyways.
And these guys are like, Mikey, why don't you ever want to go out to this bar? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I couldn't imagine a single reason I wouldn't want to go there.
Hey, every bar in the town we live in sucks dick. All right?
I don't go to bars. You see where I fixed that problem.
Anyways, we have this dumbass 1 a.m. ordinance. It doesn't fix much except make us argue with people because we can't let them in. So, it's a random Friday night in our town. About 105, 110 rolls around. We have what looks to be about 50 to 70 people show up.
Nope.
And they're all trying to get in. Yeah. That's my exact mindset. Nah, hell. My mindset is we're closing in 45 minutes. Hell no. So I see the bosses outside. I'm inside. The bosses are outside talking to them. Come to find out, I still won't name where we're at, but I'll say who showed up. A UFC fighter by the name of Nate Diaz and his entire fucking posse showed up at 105, 110 a.m. And my boss literally looked at everybody else that was in downtown at the time that weren't being allowed in the bars, said, fuck it, and let them all in free of cover charge.
It's about to get lit in that motherfucker.
See, that's
I'm not going to say where we were. I'm not going to say anything that happened, but that was a very unique experience to have this entire posse of UFC. And, like, his bodyguards are big as fuck. Like, literally, the DJ tried to get a selfie with him at one point, and the bodyguards took the phone out of his hand and deleted the picture and handed it back to him.
God, see, that's that moral conundrum of like, you would have turned them away if it was just a regular person, but since this person is a
that's Nate
celebrity,
motherfucking Diaz.
And
That's
now,
why I
like, now my only mindset is like, there's still other customers in the bar, and my only thing is like, fuck.
I hope he doesn't fight anybody.
There's gonna be a fight, and we're gonna have to deal with these big ass bodyguards. Like that's my whole thought process. I'm tense as fuck for the rest of the night, like scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, if a fight breaks out, we're fucked. There's 50 of them and a handful of staff. Like, there's no winning here.
yeah, at that point,
Whoever they want to beat up just disappears for existence. Like, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, at that point, I would have just looked at my boss and been like, "Hey, you know what? They got it. They can do this. I'm going on break later."
And I don't know why he showed up. I think it was like post-fight, like celebration from a fight he just won. Not 100% certain, but
Well, we're pretty close to a big venue.
yeah, and this would have been about 9 years ago, which I think would have put him right around his starting or in his prime. You know more about UFC fighters than I do.
Yeah, no, not starting. That was like mid-career. And for anybody who doesn't know, I pulled up the stats because people need to know this. He was 23-13. While that might not be the most impressive record of all time, that's still a lot of experience.
Especially
That
of
is a
those
lot of
23,
experience.
I think like what 13 of them are KOs.
Sorry.
That is 39, and then 39 recorded in-ring UFC fights. That is not accounting for any other fights or organizations he fought for. Just saying.
Yeah, that's just his UFC bouts, and he's an imposing guy, fighting at 6 foot 170 pounds. That is a lean, mean, ass-kicking machine right there.
He punches fast and punches hard.
100%. But I will give him this. He had a goofy ass smile on his face the whole time. Like he seemed like he was having a good time and a good night. Definitely enjoyed his Corona, which don't know if I'm actually
Also,
allowed
can
to
we
say
just
that or not.
appreciate the fact that you're like, yeah, our town picks up a lot of people from the hood. He's from Stockton.
Yeah, I forgot about that place actually.
Like literally.
Yeah,
that
no, we'd get people from there too. I forgot about that place.
Oh, that's so
Bro,
funny.
like literally this town that I worked in, DJ, that Green Boy here currently works in, is the capital of
Careful. It's not known for a lot of good things.
I know. I'm trying pansies? Jabronis? Other words that I won't use now, but it is a sensitive little place, is how I'll say, for a college town. And to be working at the one bar that for some reason just attracted all the ghetto from around the area really kind of sucked. Like, we would try to push them to other bars. We're like, go there, go there. They're like, nah, we want to be in your place. And we're like, God damn it, bro.
Nah, BK
Literally-
rocks.
We'd tell them, go to SAC and do that shit. They're like, we're banned from SAC. Okay.
Of course,
You
you're
ain't
fucking
welcome
right.
here either, motherfucker. Get
Yeah.
out.
Stop your bitch ass behavior then. Like, oh man, it's where I met some pretty good friends. Met some pretty good friends that I still talk to at that place.
You're not doing it.
If anybody has heard me in any of our recordings talk about Phil and Roger, that's where I met those two.
Oh yeah. And Big Yates we mentioned earlier.
Big Yates I met at a different location, and then as I
that's
managed
what I
that location, coerced him into working at that said location and then quit.
Here, take all this shit. Peace.
He gives me shit all the time for it because literally every head of security there forever had tried to get him. Because Yates, our buddy Yates, is, for lack of a better term, an ogre.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say 6'7", 6'6".
Oh, way taller than that.
Way taller than that.
I don't. He's a fucking actual giant. So every other bouncer got him to foul, and I was like, "Hey, man, if you work here, you get free drinks all the time, and then discounted on your tab. and you only have to work 1 day a month to start. And he's like, okay, and now he works every weekend. And then I quit on him because, well, I wanted to work with dogs.
Which I definitely understand.
Oh yeah.
What else? So now switching gears, Mikey, is there another tale that you wanted us to tell? That you want us to hear?
Let's see. Let's search the old memory banks. We got grocery back.
That still pisses me off. My grocery
back, bro. Oh my god.
We've covered the fires. We've covered the
my
bomb.
kickball leg.
Have you had to tell them about like your normal work routine, like the first thing you do there in the mornings and such?
No, I don't talk about the new place.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, okay, we got a good one. So, DJ, correct me. You guys can both fill me in if I've told this story before about the time when I was servicing the vehicle of some old potheads we went to high school with, and they had a safe in the car. Have I ever told that story before?
No, but now I'm intrigued.
I'm curious about what's in the safe. Do continue.
Okay, long story short, this is when I was working at the front desk of one of my old jobs. I have to write up the customers. I have to present to them what their options are. I have to try to make sales. I'm very well put together at this point in my life. Clean cut, flat top, uniforms all nice, clean, tucked in, very well spoken. And I recognize some customers coming up in a ratty ass Honda Civic. And I'm like, I know that face. I recognize the guy and the girl, and her face was super familiar. And they start talking. They're like, "Oh, hey, we need this and this." And I'm like, "Cool. What else?" And they're like, "That's it. That's all we can afford right now. We'll be back in like 2 hours." Like, sick. I'll get y'all taken care of. And it clicked when I saw them getting their stuff, because they still had their fucking high school gym shorts in the back of the car, and they're packing that into their backpack. They were the kids that used to hang out and just be belligerently baked, like 24/7, completely conked out in class. Just mouth open.
I was a good kid.
He was a good student.
I was a fantastic. Besides being a lot of other things in high school, I was a fantastic student.
Mm-hmm. Bald. Anyways, so
I should have let it go, huh? Way back. I should have just fucking committed.
when you were in college, you should have let it go.
Bro, that was immediately after high school.
I know, it was a rough summer. We all watched it happen in real time.
Fuck off.
Anyways, yeah, no, I recognized them. I'm like, oh no, shit, they're up, they're doing good, they're paying for their own vehicles, good for them. And then I see this sketchy, lanky boyfriend reach into the trunk and pull out a safe, and this thing's probably like 1.5 feet wide, 1.5 feet tall, and 1.5 feet deep. And it's solid steel. And he's like 120 pounds soaking wet. And he's just bear hugging this thing, like struggling to get it out of the trunk. Gets it out of the trunk, locks it up on his hip like it's a baby. Old lady comes over, throws a blanket over it like he's wearing a shawl. And I'm like, are you guys good? And they're like, yeah, we're just going to go for a walk. We'll be back in 2 hours. Get in the car. It reeks like weed. And this is well before the days when it was a legal thing. You could just go out and recreationally buy and enjoy.
Right.
I think these fucking potheads had a safe full of weed and money that they just traveled with in their ratty ass Honda Civic. The easiest car to steal of all time, by the way. Not that I steal cars, I just read. And I broke into one once just to prove that it was easy to do. But that's neither here nor there.
We'll delve into that
Already,
later.
real quick, just the levels of escalation that are going on here. A, safe. B, you reach for it. C, you safeguard it. C, tuck it into your hip. And then D, old girl tries to cover you with it like, hey, don't pay attention to this thing. You're just kind of alluding to, there's something in here that we probably shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah. And like, we're on the main drag of this town, less than a mile from the police station. And they're walking down that main drag to go get lunch with their safe baby. And while we're working on their fucking car.
They're safe, baby.
Dog, I couldn't process this because like you got to put yourself in my shoes. Just graduated trade school, fresh young adult, out into the world, striking it on your own in customer service for the first time, just taking the full brunt of the customer service industry. And these two losers you went to school with are carrying around a safe full of what I can only assume was pot in broad daylight, like it's a baby, a mile from the police station. What the fuck is happening here?
That's just where we live, bro. Like nothing you said surprised me just now.
People doing
Dog,
ratchet
the moment
shit.
you said
That's
safe,
just our ratchet ass town we live in, dog.
like, dude, as soon as you said safe, my mindset immediately went to fucking Wayne's World, where I'm just like, if it's a severed head, I'm gonna be very upset.
It's a severed head. Dog, I don't know what it is.
A gun, bro. That's what my mind said.
That's the thing. If it was a gun, you don't hide that in this town. You leave it on the center console because customers would do that to us. There would be a fucking Colt 44 Magnum sitting in the center console, hammer drawn, which you should not supposed to do on these fucking things.
That's highly illegal.
It is loaded and it's just chilling there. And they're like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. I need the steering wheel recall. And my tech will get in the car, see that, get out of the car and be like, hey, we're not anti-gun here, but you can't have that in line of sight. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. And then they just throw it on their holster. You guys are good kids. And then fuck off. And that's like normal for us. So I don't think it was a gun.
But the people we went to high school with are a bunch of idiots.
Those two are.
Point in case, they probably think they need to hide it in plain sight.
In a safe, though, is so wild. In like a safe that big. Because if it was in like one of those little concealed carry boxes, I get that. We sell trucks with those. We used to sell trucks with those. I don't work there anymore. But like, you could buy a vehicle that has that. The fact that they had a safe that was like fire rated and everything is wild to me. Also, if that bitch is in the back seat and you're in a rollover, you now have a safe dinging around inside the car like a pinball machine, like a pinball that weighs 80 pounds.
That sounds like a Final Destination scene.
It really is, bro. That's terrifying.
Yeah, your Brinks safe baby just became a fucking missile.
Like you reach to save it from flying out your car and it just slips between your hands and collapses in your fucking face.
Haven't you ever seen Inspector Gadget, the bowling ball that shot out of the car accident and destroyed Claw's hand?
Forgot about
God.
That was a really obscure reference.
Go Gadget.
Dude, we just released our fucking 90s nostalgia. Go watch that, by the way. But holy shit, that took me back right into the soul.
That was a deep cut, right?
Into the landline.
Do you buy into the fan theory that Claw is the real Inspector Gadget and the machine one is like a clone machine copy they made to replace him?
We'll have to rewatch the movie. You know what? We're gonna do a watch review of that movie.
We're gonna watch Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, we'll review that movie later. But besides, Jesus, that's just odd. That just like checks out for odd ratchet behavior in this town.
It threw me off so bad, man. I still think about it. I still wonder how those losers were able to breathe and graduate and get along in life.
Do I know them?
You probably saw them. I don't even know their names. I just remember having class and you'd audibly hear in the back of the room because they were just conked out at like 10 a.m.
Well, DJ?
Yes?
You got anything else for us to hear about tonight?
Yeah, it just reminds me when you brought up the whole, like when certain groups of people, what? You're looking at him and looking at me, and it's confusing me.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Keep talking.
But it just reminds me of like when you were telling your story about how certain crowds when they come to the bar, they are just the worst of the worst. I too technically live in a college town. Like the college is in town, and then there's surrounding colleges where they choose to party in this town.
Oh no!
It's a pain in the ass because for those that don't know, because I've talked about this, especially working at a bar or just being a goer of the bar, a customer of said bar. I hate college kids. I hate them.
Fucking me too.
Same. Same.
guys, this is just
I feel like
my
me and
person.
DJ are for the same reason. Mikey, I feel like you're on our same wavelength, though. Just saying.
Well, it's because my new job interns them, and man, do they test me some days. Oh my god, do they test me some days?
In the town you work in, I fucking bet. Anyways,
Like,
DJ.
We had
It's
one
probably-
say, I don't touch garbage. I didn't sign up to clean anything.
Shut the
Get
fuck
the
up
fuck-
and pick up the trash already.
You're
Go
an
get some-
intern, and you're
Go-
taking out like a trash can. We're not asking you to clean toxic waste. Just dump the motherfucker in the big trash can outside.
Go drink water from a hose. Get tougher skin. Fuck off. Like, what the hell?
Drink the water at the bottom of the trash can.
Yeah.
Get hard.
Yeah, drink the liquid at the bottom of a bar's trash can at the end of the night.
Oh no, you got to drink the stuff in the little spill trays. You got to drink that.
Yeah. DJ, did you have any special names at any of the bars you worked at for anything that were caught in the spill trays or leftover juices of the bar?
Hold on, do we have a name for what?
So for when you're pouring taps or when you're pouring drink, you have the trays or you have the rubber leather pads that just kind of helps hold the liquid so they don't get on the actual bar.
Yeah.
Did you have any special name at any of the bars you worked at? Because like I worked at one bar where we would collect it all into one glass or pitcher, depending on how busy the night is at the end of the night, and sometimes there may or may not have been money or other incentives to drink and mixtures.
Yeah.
Anything special?
The first bar, the titty bar that I worked at, it was just called the Soulless, and then at the current place that I work at, we call it Exodia the Forbidden Shot.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. That's good. That's really good.
The Forbidden Shot.
If you manage to take Exodia the Forbidden Shot, which is a double shot of all the runoff from the beer taps, and not retch or throw up for the next for the next hour, you get your next 2 drinks for free.
Those next 2 drinks should be free regardless. What the fuck?
You what?
And secondly, if you drink that shit, you shouldn't have 2 more drinks after that.
That's
probably.
why
you're
you're
done.
heavily
You an
mon-
alcoholic.
That's
If
why
you
you're
drink
heavily
all that
monitored.
and then have 2 more shots, fine, boss.
Just usually it's the guy that he's like Exodia the Forbidden Shot. That sounds weird. What is it? Oh, it's this. Oh, that sounds disgusting. 2, maybe 3 drinks later. So this Exodia the Forbidden Shot. Like, do people do it often? No, you know what happens. You know, it's kind of like a fun little adventure. It's something that you can remember for the rest of your life. I mean, I probably shouldn't though. 2 or 3 drinks later,
little liquid courage goes a long way.
you know what? Fuck it, dude. Get me with the fucking with the Exoda.
The Exoda.
1 Exodia Forbidden Shot. we load up the devil. He smells it, sobers him up a little bit, and then the situation just got real. Oh. Am I? Yep, that's it, dude. You ordered it, and everybody's watching you now. Come on, down the hatch. Shalom. They usually never make it to get their 2 drinks for free afterwards. They're usually end up being carried out.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That was a hard phrase to say for reasons, but I'm not going to go into that one.
Shut up.
But it was just, it's so fun seeing the mind meld happen. Just like, oh, that sounds stupid. An hour or 2 later. Actually, you know what? It could be a fun time, maybe. An hour or 2 later. I gotta do it.
How many times have you done it?
Actually, 0.
Okay, good. Me neither.
Good man. I'm so proud of you.
Trust me, I've ingested some questionable cocktails, such as one called a cement mixer, which it's just Bailey's and lime juice, but it makes the milk in it curdle very quickly in your stomach. And then I have
heard of that
thing called
I'm not cool
a
with
bloody
that.
chicken, which is just Jose Cuervo and hot sauce, like hot sauce.
Oh yeah, we used to serve those in one of the bars I worked at all the time. People would come and actively ask for that.
Well, we have a certain brown community that I'm a part of that request drinks like that.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Sorry, had to dance there. But I
You
want to
have
take it
it.
back.
It's cool.
But I want to take it back because you brought up college kids and triggered me because I had to say this.
This guy's been waiting to say this for years. Let's hear it, DJ.
College kids are this is just my personal opinion, so you get offended. Sucks to suck. Tough cookies.
Go watch somebody else and shut up.
College kids are the worst of the worst of the worst fucking customers because they come in droves. 9 times out of 10, they're minors who are just trying to like find a way to sneak in or have the buddies sneak them in. You're not buying shit. You're taking up space, and to boot, you're a bunch of arrogant little assholes that think you're the boss because I went to the university. Fuck you.
Okay. How many times have you heard my parent is a lawyer?
Oh, especially since one of the two of the colleges I talked about the regatta earlier. Fucking have to say it. Harvard and Yale, the Ivy League schools. I constantly get. Do you know my father or my mother or my great uncle Eunice is on the board of alumni at Harvard? Okay, they're not my customer. You are. What's the issue? Well, I might have to go talk to them about this. Yeah. Go right the fuck in. I still get what I want. Your happy ass won't be here.
Yeah. Tell them if they want to take whatever I got. My yacht's called the HMS fucking Blow Me.
The SS sucked my entire dick.
From the back.
Like,
yeah,
dude, I still remember
whole
this.
thing.
Like, so, show a hand. Well, you guys don't have hands, but nod your head if you know what the
Yeah, we
fucking
don't have
pool
hands,
table
exactly.
is.
I'm trying to buy one for the backyard right now.
If what?
Nod your head if you know what the fuck a pool table is.
Bro, the last bar I worked at had 4 pool. Like, we hosted pool tournaments on Sundays.
You got dusted in pool last time we went out and played.
That's true. I did perform poorly because I haven't touched a pool stick in 2
I
years.
have.
Yeah, you do. You do more pool than I do. That's for damn sure.
I don't go to bars.
You don't need to go to a bar to play pool.
Where past pool around here that isn't a
There's
bar?
pool halls.
I was about to say pool halls. That's where I go.
What we were at.
But dude,
Anyways.
so we're familiar with the pool table. We've all shot a game of stick.
Mhm.
I'm myself am pretty okay at pool. I'm not good at APA, but my friends are, and they're the
I
people
mean,
I
it's
can
pretty
face against.
simple. It's balls and holes.
I know, but the
That was a terrible pun. Just ignore me.
That doesn't apply to some people. Anyways.
Anyway.
DJ.
But yeah, so it's a pool table. These guys are constantly. It started off just simple. We have little slates on the sides that don't put your drink on the pool table. Just don't. It ruins.
We
the
have
felt.
the same fucking rule at our bar. Keep your
That's
drinks
just
off the fucking pool
decency.
table. Yeah, it's fucking
That's-
generic respect. Don't put your bullshit or your body on the pool table.
I think that's the same thing though as like resting a drink on somebody's Xbox. You wouldn't do that shit. Don't fucking do it
You
to
get-
a fucking pool table.
You get told once, and then you get punched in the face the second time.
You get hit with the pool stick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
don't
didn't mean to
put-
cut you off again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because like again, it's I can be nice, I can be civil, I can be cordial with you because I have to be legally. But if I have to continue talking to you, I'm going to slowly start escalating and getting angrier at you because now you're pissing me off. And it started off with just drinks on the pool table. So casually just going to remind this group of youths. Excuse me, sir. I need you to keep your drinks on the table. Please, it ruins the felt. Thank you. I then leave immediately. I do not give room or time for you to rebuttal. That's the key thing for security. Do not give them a chance to rebuttal.
Mm-hmm.
Couple, I'd say 10 minutes later, drinks on the table again. Now, I go over there, I grab the drink, and I move it, and I say, second time and last warning, stop, knock it off. An hour goes by. I think everything's fine. Then all of a sudden, some fucking girls come over. I was about to use a derogatory term. Some very nice, lovely young ladies who aren't potentially daywalkers come walking over.
Damn.
And these
Crickets.
dudes put them up like there's music playing. Put them up on the pool table, and these bitches start dancing on the pool table.
Okay. I want to yell. I want to scream. So
Now everybody is banned from every bar in this town.
So now I'm trying to handle the dudes. Like my coworkers and I were trying to handle the dudes, get them out the door. We have female security guards that can handle the girls. One of the female security guards, I don't know if it's parkour or if maybe in a past life she was a fucking wrecking ball. But when the girls are being unruly and unreasoned and not willing to listen to reason, she takes it upon herself. She goes back like fucking 20 steps, gets a running start, jumps, tucks into a ball, and then just takes these girls out at the legs on top of the pool table.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. That's the best
WWE status right there.
Yeah, that's a real wrestling move.
As soon as they hit the deck, the bartender from the back on the other side of the bar, she came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh,
I'm like, shut the fuck up, Quinn. Now's not the time. Oh, my blood pressure's rising now. God damn it.
Yeah, you start talking about work, then you get heated, and you get passionate. You're like, fuck, I don't miss that.
Dude, but that's just like, don't get me wrong, I love what I do. I think it's fun. I get to interact with several like very unique characters every single day, and it makes me happy. I love sitting down and like listening to some of the stories. I can't tell you how many like military vets that we get in there, hearing some of the things that they have to say in their experiences. As somebody that was in the military, I'm like, what did you go through? Talk to me. Tell me, Grandpa. Let me know. But then you get these people.
It's so funny because I'm at my new position for the exact opposite reason. I wanted to see as few people as possible, so I went to an entirely new company.
I literally hate all of you.
Yeah, like if too many people come through my stall in a day, I'll literally ignore them. Like, I don't care. I have shit to do. Go away. I don't care what happened in your day to day, unless it's like the 5 people I'm cool with because they actually have interesting shit to say.
Unless you got some fun or cool or awesome shit to say to me, shut the fuck up.
There's one exception I'll make. There's an annoying guy, but he says some crazy things like married, wife, kids, the whole deal. And one day he walks up and he's, hey man, is it weird that I was dreaming about one of our coworkers shirtless? I'm like, well, since it's a man, kind of like we should. Are you cool? Like, it's something you want to talk about? And he's like, nah, that just happens sometimes. Just thinking about people. And then he walks off. I'm like, don't stop the story there. Where the fuck does that go?
Hold up, bring it back now.
You can't just say some
penalty
shit and not give me context. Get your ass back.
Not
here.
enough context. Play. Get back over here.
Yeah. Repeat the third down.
Personal foul.
Was there physical contact? Like, yeah, like if unless it's like something that is really interesting, I don't care, man. I don't care for small talk too much in the day. I'm at work to work, and if you want to like really tell me some cool shit, that's fine. But if you're like, how's the weather? And oh my god, I'm so wasted. I want to hit you with a sock and bopper. Like, not to hurt you, obviously. It's a toy. It's a child's toy from the 90s. But just enough to let you know there's some force behind it.
Like, just know there's a little bit of hatred and fuck you on it.
A little bit of English on that, just with the
That honestly is some of the most annoying shit of like. I hate to say it, but it's mainly with girls at bars. Last thing, and then we'll close out.
Oh. DJ hates women. Y'all heard it. 2025.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all of a sudden, oh my god, I'm so wasted. Oh, yeah.
You know what? That reminds me of a story that I think we can close out with.
Hit it.
Same bar that I've been talking about most of the night, if not the whole time that we've been doing this talk. So I quit that bar at one point, came back, worked it again because I needed a job because the other spot I worked at got shut down. So second time working at the bar, new manager, new owner. I'm still friends with this guy. He's pretty fucking hilarious. So random Saturday night, whatever happens, chick gets upset with my homie who's the manager / boss, slaps him across the face hella hard, right? Fast forward a week later, Saturday night, she's back in line, right? Comes up, she apologizes to the boss man. He fucks with her a little bit, ends up letting her in. She somehow they start talking. About 30-45 minutes later, she's a little drunk. So he's like, he says, and I get to hear most of this, to mend whatever happened, he's gonna buy her a shot of tequila. Oh, so, oh yes. He says, all right, but the way we're gonna do this is really special. We're gonna take a shot of pineapple first, and you won't taste any of the tequila.
What?
This motherfucker poured water shots and pineapple shots, and I'm watching this happen the whole time, trying not to lose my fucking mind. Right? And I'm like less than 5 feet away watching this happen, dude. It's fucking hilarious because she's believing it the whole time. So he gets, and he's selling it too. Like he's doing the full selling the story like a WWE promo. So bam, everything's poured up. He's like, all right, remember, right after we take this shot of pineapple juice, we have to take this shot of tequila, and I swear you won't taste a single thing. So he makes her do it quick. He goes, bam, bam. They both take the shot of pineapple juice, shot of tequila, right? And he's like, so how was it? She's like, oh my god, I didn't taste a single thing. And I lose my fucking mind immediately.
Face palm.
Like I literally did a full 180 step around behind another security guard that was right there, and I lost my fucking mind laughing, bro. Because she believed it 100% and went off to go dance with her friends, and I come out and my boss just starts laughing his ass off too. Oh my gosh. That was one of the greatest things I think I had ever witnessed in my entire life.
Drunk people can be absolutely fucking amazing because of how gullible they are. But again, it's the vibe that you give off. Like, we can enjoy your company and you can be hammered around us, or you can be the most gut-punching, annoying little shit college kid, and I can't wait for you to do something wrong so I can toss you on your ass forcefully and legally.
Oh, yeah.
But no, so we're going to wrap right here. It is now outro time. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, well, not welcome, but thank you so much for hanging out with us on the spectacular Working Man episode. I know we probably have a shit ton more stories we can talk about, and God knows we're probably going to do this again. We're probably going to do another Working Man talking about stuff because it's fun.
Oh, sure.
It's fun to talk. I knocked something over. I'll find out what that is later. It's fun to talk shop with the boys, talk about some of the things we've been to, because you never know what somebody else goes through, what somebody else could see. Especially when it comes to anything customer service related. It's a crazy, lawless land.
It's a shitty land. God, we hate people.
So much. So much.
But thank you once again, everybody, for hanging out with us. Fuck you, college kids. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye now.